Valley Club, good news with the release of Ares. It looks like that he will be available for free-to-play players. We have some updates with the Annihilator team as well. Is there a solution coming for the missing open all orb budget? And when will the changes to the Apocalypse Unlock saga go live? We've answered these questions and the rest of your questions for the mailbag. And if you're ready for all of that and more, then Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. This video, we're going to talk about the changes to the Apocalypse saga. When are they going to go live? Also have some updates to Ares and the Annihilator team. And we're answering the rest of your questions from the mailbag because it is Mailbag Tuesday. But before we get to all that stuff, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. There's at least 5 new Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel, keeping you up to date on everything in the game with mailbag videos like this, news videos, gameplay videos, everything to help you in Marvel Strike Force. But let's move forward with some bugs that happened last night and some solutions also. While we're rolling out the version 8.2, our iOS users, some players experienced login issues using Facebook. Send out a 7-day login streak token, which automatically gives a player their 7-day login streak to all Android and iOS players that are above level 14. To all the login streak token will be included in a temporal dimension compensation inbox that's sent out earlier today. And if you did not get it, this is what it looks like. This is the compensation for the bad decision to make temporal dimension locked behind a paywall. They did remove it and send compensation for that initial decision as kind of a reward for that. These Pim Pal orb fragments got 10 of these orbs. And while this is a nice gift, these Pim Pal orbs are nice, gives you a chance to get some hang Pim shards. I know a lot of people got 0. Hopefully you got a really good pull. I was actually gonna record a video of how trashy these orbs are, but actually got a pretty decent pull with this. I'm not going to show it because I know a lot of people got 0, but yeah, the Pim Pal orb, the Queen Entourage orb, not very good in terms of shards. So I'm glad that they just send out these Shuri shards for people. But you also had this login streak here in case you did get affected by that issue with Facebook going down. Now, some quick updates to yesterday's video discussing Ares and the Annihilator team. There was a call last week that I was not on, but I did listen to that call before recording this video. So there's some new information that I have about the Ares release and the Annihilator team. So first with the Ares release, it does look like this is going to be free to play friendly. It says Ares character shards will be available exclusively in Battle Pass starting July 29, 2 p.m. both standard and premium passes. And you can get a 3-star unlock for Ares during the first season of this availability in the premium path. So if you take that premium path, you get the Ares unlock right away. But the new information, it looks like Ares is going to be in these passes repeating. So even if you choose the free-to-play path, you should get that Ares unlock for free just by doing your daily activities. So it's a good thing about his unlock, but the thing about him on the Annihilator team, he's not going to be on the Annihilator team. Odin is going to be on some separate team. Ares, it looks like he is a plug-and-play character for War. And the Annihilator team is going to be made up of 3 new characters, Gore the God Butcher, Gladiator, and Thanos, the endgame Thanos that we see here. And then the 2 rework characters in Ultimus and Silver Surfer. That is going to be the 5-person Annihilator team. Let me know where you think this team is going to be used now that you know that Ares is not going to be tied to this team. Well, let's move forward with the questions of the week. Would it be hard to split the community into 7 groups and bring that to open all orb budget in 1 day for each group? I could really use it. Yeah, I could really use it as well. And as far as the difficulty of that, I am not sure. I'm not a dev. I don't do coding, everything like that. But it seems like it would be a good temporary solution. And at least until they become, or at least until they figure out this long-term solution that they've been working on. And from the conversations that we've had in Envoy chat, it does seem that they want to roll out this long-term solution. Don't know if they've given us a date, so I don't know if they actually have a date that they're targeting for this to come back. But if they don't have a date, or the target date is so far off, this would seem like a great temporary solution, at least until they get that long-term solution that they're looking for. I'm not sure why they wouldn't do this, but to me, someone that is not a dev, is not a coder, seems like it would be a good temporary solution just so that these servers don't get overloaded. But of course, we haven't opened a lot of orbs for a while. People have been hoarding the orbs. So as soon as this goes live, even if one group is just doing these pings, it may overload the server, and maybe that's why they didn't do it. But I don't know. It seems like a good solution for me. Greeting, bro, Valley. Been meaning to ask this question, but your video at the MSF.GG founders reminded me and made me want to ask another question. First off, how can you unfavorite a product that is rarely available? I somehow for favorited augmented exchange months ago cannot get rid of it. I round off favorite spots and it would be nice to get one back. All right, so let's go to this question first. So if you go in game and look at your favorites, you look at your bookmarks, you go to the supply section, go to your bookmarks, there's a manage button here. So if you go down to manage, and let's say there's something that I don't want, let's say it's this teal piece right here. I'm gonna delete that from my favorites, confirm, and now if we go back down, it should be gone. So it is removed. And now if you are running out of spots, out of those 50 spots, you could add another one. So that is how you remove it. Second part of the question, is there any chance of me getting the ability to favorite from the website? For example, you see a certain gear piece from the Dark Dimension Planner, we can favorite or unfavorite directly from the site. As it is right now, no, but I did reach out to Toxie and TaiJ, and that is something that they want added in. I believe what they said is it was in one of the original builds that it got removed for some reason. So they're looking to add that back in. So that would be a great thing, especially when you're planning for Dark Dimension, not knowing which pieces you need. If you could just favorite the ones you need and just look for those, that would be an awesome feature. So I'm looking forward to that as well. All right, next question. Hey, Valley, was reminiscing of days when Star-Lord, Groot, Rocket, and Minerva would be the best thing to bring to Dark Dimension 1. I think it was Dark Dimension 2 that was the best team to bring in. I remember Minerva just deleting all of the high health pools from the teams in Dark Dimension 2, but I think it probably would have worked in Dark Dimension 1 at the time as well. And then if you add Thanos into that team, that was the BKT team, which is so dominant for so long in the raids, but still decided to bring Star-Lord with me to Dark Dimension 6 as a passion project. Have you heard anything of an OG Guardians rework? Because all their stats are extremely outdated. Thanks in advance. Unfortunately, no, I have not heard anything of a Guardians rework. I think the time for that would have been around the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 release. And now that there is no movie that at least I've heard about on the horizon, maybe they won't get a rework. Hopefully they will, though. We do have another Star-Lord in the game right now, the Star-Lord Annihilation. So not sure if they brought another Star-Lord to the game, if that would be a rework or another character. I think the end game version of Thanos, the Infinity War version of Iron Man, the Infinity War version of Thor indicates that probably is not going to be a rework if they get a rebalancing or a return to the meta. They'll probably just be a total new character in the game. Hey, Valley, what do you think about the two-shot attempts in war practice mode? It would feel more realistic because there are days when those defenses are too mighty and two shots are the only way to win. I think that'd be great. It would be a good, realistic version, having that exhausted mechanic in some of these teams and to help you figure out what teams you want a two-shot, what teams you want a one-shot. That would be great, but I'm not sure if the devs want to invest dev hours into this. You know, they had to remove once because people complained. They added it back in, and I think it's a great mode. Having two shots, I think, would be a great thing. I'm just not sure if they want to spend the hours to develop that for the community, if that's such a highly requested thing. But I do think it'd be great if they do add that. Also, Cosmic Crucible practice mode would be so awesome now because there's so many options to experiment compared with those Cosmic Crucible made their initial debut. Yeah, I think with these weaker room rules, we have a lot of variance and the meta keeps shifting, which I think is a good thing. But to find different counters does take a long time because you just switch one person on a lot of these teams. It throws off the whole speed order of the team and it throws off some of the counters. So I would like a Cosmic Crucible practice mode. So if they could bring that into the game, that would be good. For some reason, I think I'm remembering that they had it in the game at one point and they took it out. I could be remembering that wrong, but I would like this. I maybe remember the replays or something like that, but I would be happy if they brought practice mode to Cosmic Crucible. Hope all is well. Keep making great content. You're the man. I was a little depressed this weekend, but now I'm back. I'm good. So thank you for everybody that reached out and had well wishes for me. Hey, Valley, am I the only one that craves to have Sandman enter the Force? I can see him with a lot of slows and shields. You're not the only one. When we went to the Envoy Summit, the devs wanted Sandman in the game as well. I think from an animation standpoint, there was some limitations of tech. At least that's what I remember. But I'm thinking about it in my head right now. Apocalypse's Ultimate looks very similar to what I would expect with Sandman. So I'm not sure what the holdup was with Sandman, but I would really like to see him come to the game, have another Sinister Six pass, have more spider villains in the game. That would be awesome. Hey, Valley, was wondering if you have any information about the classic Iron Patriot costume going to be available to the public. And this classic costume is the one in question. Most of the time you see this normal Iron Patriot costume, but this classic costume was made available during the initial offers for Iron Patriot. If you bought some of these initial offers, you have the costume. If you didn't buy the initial offers, you don't have the costume, and unfortunately, it's never been made available to the public outside of those initial offers. Now, at this point, Iron Patriot is farmable. He's in the Spotlight Raid orb, so it kind of makes no sense that they would be holding this back. Anybody that bought the initial offers bought it already, and I feel that they should make these costumes more available. We haven't got a lot of costume credits. We haven't had a lot of these newer costumes go to the store, which is very strange because they do spend dev hours to make these costumes. And there's some, like this Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness costume, that have never been made available to the public. No sales, no way to grind for this, no events for this. So I think they've kind of dropped the ball on costumes right now, but I hope they pick these up. I know these offer no gameplay advantage, but I do like some cosmetic changes to my costumes. So let me know your thoughts on costumes. Do you want the devs continue with this, or is this like kind of like RTA, a feature that they experimented with and didn't go very well? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on costumes. Hey Valley, in terms of the new Alliance recruitment tools on the website, is there an easy way to contact potential candidates prior to just sending them and receiving Alliance invites and requests? The arbitrary I've found to do it requires that people know how to check the game messages, which most people don't, and primarily don't use Discord. So I reached out to Taiji and talked to you about this question because I'm not an Alliance leader or captain, don't have access to those tools on my account. But what they said, the website unfortunately doesn't have an independent messaging system. There's several reasons for that, but hopefully that could be added sometime down the line. However, the new system, it does allow you to send a message to a player when sending an invite or a request. Now, you can include your Discord handle in this so you can have extended conversation. That's because the initial invite only allows you to send one message. Now, they only will see the message when using the website, not in the game, unfortunately. You'll see the invite request in the game, but not the message right now. So that's kind of a limitation of the system right now. There's kind of a workaround, but they do need to log into the website to see that message and then to get that Discord handle, and you can have extended conversation at that point. So that is something I hope they add down the road. It would be nice to contact new potential members before actually allowing them to join your alliance. And I think that would make filtering out erroneous requests for alliance leaders and captains a lot easier for them to figure things out if they could just message someone. But like I said, it's not up on the website yet. There's just limitations of what they could add in the game and on the website, but hopefully down the road they could add this website so you can kind of filter some recruits before just adding them to your alliance. Hello there, my brother. Keep your head up. My question is, have you heard anything when changes the Apocalypse going live? Thanks for always answering my questions. So what I heard about the Apocalypse changes, they were actually supposed to go live last week, Friday, on the 12th. So it is the 16th right now. Hopefully it is live by the end of this week. With the updates, the rolling updates, were all supposed to be live last week as well. I did just get the notification on my iPhone yesterday. So hopefully by the end of this week, the Apocalypse changes are live. But with the devs, they always don't have specific dates because things change and things like that. But I'm hoping by Friday, we get the Apocalypse Saga. They were supposed to be here last Friday. So I'm hoping by this Friday, the changes for Apocalypse are live in the game. Hey, Valley, I'm a returning player taking a break after the past 2 years. There's a lot of new things since downloading again. A lot of old characters before quitting. Do you have any recommendations on people and teams to focus on without having any of the new meta characters and who to target first? So I would probably target Apocalypse at this point. Start building some of your horseman characters like Morgan Le Fay, Red Hulk, Archangel, Rogue. Don't start to build the horseman teams because you may or may not know the Apocalypse Requirement Saga the Apocalypse Saga requirements are changing. Like, it's probably by the end of this week, but it should be changing soon, if not by the end of this week. So upgrade your horseman characters. I think Apocalypse is a very good foundational character to have in a lot of game modes. And for me, if I was restarting an account, first game mode I would focus on is Arena, and Apocalypse is going to give you a lot of value in Arena right now. If you have access to Black Knight, that is another very good character in Arena. I'm assuming you don't have up Old Man Logan or Super Skrull, but when you get those would be great characters to build up. After that, I'll start to build up for your raid. So build up something for Arena, work on Black Knight, work on Apocalypse, and then whatever else you have mixed up in Arena, maybe some extreme X-Men like Nightcrawler, maybe going back to the old school Eternals and the Tangled Web team. But I would start to build an arena team based on where you're at and characters that you could get relatively quickly and to start to get your arena up and running. Then start to focus on the raids. Currently, the incursion raids, you need Bifrost, Pegasus, Extreme X-Men, Hive Mind, and Spider Society in that order. And then for the Spotlight raids, you need one non-mythic team. So Hive Mind usually works there. Then Spider Society, and then Alpha Flight. If you can start to build up some of those teams based on whatever your alliance is doing. So you may not need to build some of those teams right away, but some other teams you may want to push a little harder based on what your alliance is doing. And then after that, after you have the raids and arena pretty much set, then you just build for fun. You got some decent rewards in War, decent rewards on Cosmic Crucible. Build for whatever game mode that you have more fun with, build up those teams, and then you should be in a pretty good place at that point. So I know it's kind of general recommendations, but I'm not sure exactly where you are and what you're looking for right now. But yeah, general recommendations, arena, then raids, and then go have fun with the rest of it. Hey, Valley, with Ultimus getting a rework, what's the likelihood of Kree getting a rework eventually? It made sense for the Marvels movie, but nothing has been done. Kree have been my day one team. I posted a picture in the brag room. It would be nice if the rest of Kree got some love too. Although there's some mighty big Kree, my friend, especially this Apocalypse. 3 diamonds on Apocalypse, pretty expensive. Wasn't worth a lot until the embargo lifted yesterday that Ultimus is getting a rework, part of the Annihilator team. So it is not total trash that you've upgraded him. We don't know what the reworks are at this point, but hopefully it's something good to give you some value here. Captain Marvel already got a rework around the time of the Marvels movies, so I think she's the last one that would get a rework unless there's a Captain Marvel 4 coming out. But Phyla-Vell and part of that Infinity Watch team, I don't see them giving another rework. And Ronin, Minerva, Korath, probably not. They're not going to do anything with these minions. I think they want to get away from these minions. So hand minions, AIM minions, Kree minions, Merc minions, whatever minions are in the game, probably not going to get a rework. Don't invest in them. But the rest of these, potentially getting a rework. But yeah, Ultimus just got announced, and congratulations on that, brother. Couple of these new teams already have 6 to 7 members. Are we moving to 6-player teams? I think we're now approaching 60 teams. And I think the reason the devs wanted to give more teams more members, like this Sinister Six has a lot of members, X-Men has a lot of members, and I think they want to do that to open up theory crafting. I know once the meta gets figured out, most people don't deviate from that and don't look for other solutions for problems, but I think they do that for theory crafting so the community can figure something out. But yeah, Annihilator's not going to be a 6 or 7 person team. It's going to be a 5-person team. Ares may be his own standalone war character, and no announcement with what they're doing with Odin yet. So it's gonna be some kind of legendary character. Another question, why did Crucible start on Sunday? Did I miss something? Kind of trash to start a day before the event that rewards you for fighting in Crucible for a character that you need at 5 stars to unlock the main character of the team. And I know in last week's blog post, they said how to score points for this event. It's the battling Crucible with the Illuminati characters. Well, if you look at the scoring for it, it's only if you bought those characters, and most of the scoring is not from these Illuminati characters. You just have to use them once on attack. It's mainly from this spending ISO 8 energy and from your web rewards. So that's what the Alliance event, or that's what the current weekly event is based on right now. Spending ISO 8 energy, not necessarily using Crucible. If you bought Crucible character, or if you bought these characters, you can get extra points in Crucible, and maybe if you do really well on some of the earlier parts of the event, then you can get a Shuri unlocked to score with her and get a little bit more points with the event. But back to your question as far as why, well, the devs haven't said anything officially, and they haven't said anything unofficially either. But one of the things that was suggested by one of the envoys is maybe they're moving these Cosmic Crucible days earlier in the week to prepare for Battle World, which may be launching later in the week. Devs have not confirmed or denied that, but that does seem like a logical reason for them to be moving these timing of these events around during the week. So maybe that's what's happening. Maybe they're preparing us for other things just to make it easier, or maybe they want us to be more active on the weekend. I am not sure. They haven't said anything. Your guess is as good as mine, but I'm hoping it's for Battle World, because hopefully Battle World is coming very soon. But that's it for now. And now that you know the updates for Ares, that you can unlock them via free-to-play path, via these passes? Are you going to work to build them once you get this character unlocked? Is war important enough for you? Let me know your thoughts on this new Annihilator team. Where will they be used? And I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, leave it a like. It is free for you. Tremendously helps out the ValleyFlyin channel. And if you want to see what are the biggest trap teams in Marvel Strike Force that you probably don't want to overinvest in, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hold fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.